Good afternoon, guys. Laura here from Hedgehog's Homestead. Today we're going to make that pie crust I promised you a while back. And I promised you that recipe when I made this delicious apple pie filling. So you guys can go back into the description and find this recipe or this video that will link you to this recipe if you guys would like to make pie filling and have pie filling on your shelf ready to go. So let's get to it. All right, guys, first we're gonna start with 2 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour. We're gonna do this in a food processor today, guys, but I don't want you to feel like you can't do this if you don't have a food processor. One of the things that you can just use is a spoon or a fork or one of these handy devices. We just need this to crush our butter that we take straight out of the fridge later. You can make this ahead of time and have several crusts ready for the holidays, and you can make this crust and keep it in your freezer for up to 3 months. So as I have my pie filling sitting on the shelf, I have pie crust sitting in my freezer ready to go whenever I know somebody is going to come over for maybe dinner, or I'm going to an event the next day. I can whip up an apple pie just like that. Okay, guys, so let's get to it. 2 1/2 cups. We always want to level off our scoops for our flour. That's 2. And I'm going to eyeball the half. If you wanted to take out a 1/2 cup, that's great. There we go. But this is going to be a smaller pie, so I'm not worried about it too much. Okay, and then we're going to put we're going to put a tablespoon of sugar in. Okay. And 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And these are all leveled off, guys. And then I'm going to put on my lid and just give this a quick little jolt so that this stuff combines before I add my butter. And there we go. So that's combined. Now it's time to take my butter out of the fridge, and I have on standby, ready to go, some ice water. So we need 1/2 pound of butter. So I have 2 sticks of butter, guys. And I'm using cold butter. It's very important to work with cold butter in this recipe, and to always work with a cold dough. If you feel like your dough is getting too warm, put it in the fridge for a few minutes. And if you're going to go ahead and make this right into a pie, you want that dough to sit in the fridge for a whole hour before you start working it into a pie crust. So I'm going to cube my butter. So I've cut my butter. So sorry, I locked off my head for a few minutes so you guys can see this. Okay, this is a get your hands dirty recipe, so make sure those hands are washed. Okay, now that's all mixed in there good. Be careful of that blade. Now we're going to put 6 tablespoons of ice cold water, and we're doing that so that it's easier to work the dough. 2, and it keeps our butter cold. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now I'm going to keep that cold water on standby. I'm going to go ahead and mix this in my blender again, and then we're going to put it out on our counter to work the dough. Okay, I'm going to take off my rings. That will get inside them. And then we're just going to put this dough on our counter. Because it's clean. Take out the blade and put that on our counter. You can see I'm going to slowly start to put it together, grabbing just little bits at a time, okay? That's what you want to see it coming to. I think that was just enough. And you're just going to make a disc out of this. I don't know if you guys can see down here, so let me get you down here. Okay, so we've kind of mixed it up with our fingers a little bit because we added a little more ice. We're just gonna kind of just scoop that under, push it down. You don't want it any wetter than this, guys. You're just going to use your strength to press it together. Just make it into a nice little disc. Okay, and then what I do is I get out my bench knife. This is a bench knife, and I cut that in half. And then I make the 2 halves into a disc. Because a disc, a kind of a round shape, is easier to go from that point to making it into a round crust. Okay. And now we're just going to wrap it in saran wrap. Wrap it in saran wrap. Now this crust is a sweeter crust, but it's good for all kinds of stuff, guys. Actually, I was thinking about making a pot pie with it and trying that and making it for the first time before my husband comes home so I can surprise him with a nice pot pie around the holidays. So guys, that's how easy a pie crust is. If you want to see the next step and see me making this into either a pie or a pot pie, let me know in the, you know, put a little comment below and let me know if you want to see that turned into a pie. I will gladly do that. I'll either make you an apple pie or we'll make some chicken pot pie. This recipe can be used for either. It's delicious. I love this. I love this crust, and so simple. 4 ingredients: ice cold water, a teaspoon or a tablespoon of sugar, a ½ teaspoon of salt, 2½ cups of water, and 2 cubes of butter. And just combining those all, and that's it, guys. You can have this ready for the holidays. Make it 3 months before the holidays, or you know, a month and a half before the holidays, and you can make a bunch of them and just have them ready to go to make your pies around your pie time that you cook all those pies for the holidays. So let me know what you guys want to see. Do you want to see a pot pie or do you want to see an apple pie? And I will leave my recipe, my video that links to this recipe, in the description area below. All right, guys, thank you for coming along with me today. I hope you enjoyed this. If you do, please like the video and subscribe to my channel, and have a wonderful day. And as always, God bless.